Right now, a shakeup at the Vatican as Pope Francis authorizes blessings for same-sex couples. Also, there are concerns ahead of the busy travel week as an intense storm causes misery along the entire East Coast. You're watching News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mark Hay. Thanks for tuning in on this Monday. We begin in Columbia County, where the Wisconsin State Patrol is investigating after a car crashed into a semi on Saturday. It happened Saturday around 6 p.m. on I-90. The car rear-ended a parked semi on the shoulder of the road. The car's driver died at the scene. The semi driver wasn't hurt. The victim's identity won't be released until their family is notified. President Biden is safe after a car unintentionally hit an SUV in his motorcade last night. The president and first lady were at a holiday happy hour with staff at their campaign headquarters in Delaware. The president was about to get into his SUV when he heard the crash nearby. Secret Service quickly got Biden into the car. Again, the Secret Service says this wasn't targeted. It was raining heavily in Wilmington at the time. In a major shift in Vatican doctrine, Pope Francis formally permitted Roman Catholic priests to bless same-sex couples today. The blessing may be carried out as long as they're not part of a regular church rituals or liturgies. They must also not take place at the same time as a civil union. The ruling is a shift from a 2021 ruling from the Vatican Doctrine Office, which barred any blessing, saying God cannot bless sin. Well, do you have a question or concern? Well, Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is here, and she'll be taking your questions via email at tips@channel3000.com. That's tips@channel3000.com. Lisa will answer your questions later on in the show. Let's head out to the weather patio now. Meteorologist Jacob Madison has a look at your certified most accurate forecast. A little dusting of snow overnight.
Yeah, and I have to say, welcome back, Mark, but the temperatures we're seeing right now are not what we've seen over the last week or so. Now, we are seeing plenty of sunshine, but temperatures are in the 20s, and we also have a little bit of a breeze, northwest wind at 15 miles per hour. Any clouds that are still hanging around will clear out by the time we get to the evening. We are expected to see clear skies tonight, but looking at the current temperatures across Dane County, mostly in the 24 to 27 range, and that's the case across much of our area. And temperatures aren't really going to increase much during the day. In fact, they've actually decreased over the last few hours. Now, looking at the temperature change from just 24 hours ago, like I mentioned, we haven't really seen temperatures this cold over the last week or so. Temperatures are over 10 degrees colder than this time yesterday. And looking at the current wind speeds, a lot of areas between 15 and 25 miles per hour. So because of the wind and the temperatures, the wind chill values are in the teens and even single digits for a few locations, and this isn't going to get better throughout the afternoon or overnight. Now, during the day on Tuesday, it will start to get better, but we're likely going to continue to see some pretty chilly wind chills. Now, as we look at current radar, we are seeing some lingering flurries, but most of the snow has cleared out of our area, and we're not expected to see much precipitation for the next couple of days. I'll talk more in detail about when we are going to see our next chance of rain and talk more about when we will see the warmer temperatures. I'll have those details coming up later.
All right, Jacob will check back. Thank you. Meanwhile, out east, a massive storm is making a mess of things for people all along the coast. All weekend, the storm punished residents from Florida to South Carolina. Some areas got over 10 inches of rain. A reported tornado touched down briefly near Myrtle Beach. Winds of up to 100 miles per hour flipped cars, destroyed businesses, and split open homes.
It was like for 5-10 minutes that it was getting crazy, and then it just stops.
Flooded roadways, power outages, and flight delays are all causing concerns for the busy travel week ahead, when AAA predicts about 115 million people will travel by road and air. To the war in Gaza now, where Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu as the U.S. pushes to scale back on the war. Over the weekend, some of Israel's closest European allies, including France, the United Kingdom, and Germany, joined global calls for a ceasefire. The Defense Secretary also pushed for more civilian protections and humanitarian aid for Palestinian civilians.
Protecting Palestinian civilians in Gaza is both a moral duty and a strategic imperative.
In Israel, following the announcement that Israeli Defense Forces accidentally killed 3 hostages, protesters called for leaders to do whatever it takes to bring home the remaining hostages. About 130 hostages are still believed to be held captive by Hamas and its allies. The U.S. Department of Agriculture is alerting consumers to a massive chicken recall. More than 26,000 pounds of TGI Fridays boneless chicken bites products may be contaminated with pieces of cleared hard plastic. The chicken bites item were produced on October 3rd and were shipped to retail locations nationwide. The recall covers 15-ounce cartons of TGI Fridays boneless chicken bites honey barbecue chicken. Southwest Airlines is getting hit with a massive fine for last year's holiday meltdown. The 10-day-long fiasco led to the cancellation of almost 17,000 flights and stranded more than 2 million travelers. Southwest will have to pay $140 million, the largest civil penalty the Department of Transportation has imposed. As part of the fine, Southwest agreed to create a $90 million fund to compensate future passengers affected by cancellations or significant delays. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon, including a nationwide recall from the Quaker Oats Company, which products you need to be aware of, plus a Hollywood memorabilia auction rakes in some major dough. That's coming up next in the Money Watch Report.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
Oakmont Senior Community in Verona for active seniors 55 plus is now offering 1 month free rent and 1 year free heated parking with every new 1-bedroom rental. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet, commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
Garage doors are what, number 3 on return on investments right now? A new garage door can raise the value of the whole street. When the neighbors start seeing your door, they're going to say, who did that? Precision did that.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Volunteering offers more than benefits for those served. Volunteers reap health benefits from the time they give. RSVP of Dane County's Driver Services Program needs volunteers to provide rides to medical appointments and deliver meals to older adults in Dane County. Ideal candidates are of legal driving age, love to drive, and meet new people. Schedules are very flexible, and volunteer drivers will use their own vehicles and are reimbursed for mileage. To make a difference this holiday season, please contact RSVP of Dane County today.
The next generation of streaming is here. Introducing Spectrum One Stream with internet, advanced Wi-Fi, mobile, and now TV with the all-new Xumo Stream Box. It's streaming simplified. Get Spectrum One Stream with fast and reliable internet for $49.99 a month, free advanced Wi-Fi, a free unlimited mobile line, and a free Xumo Stream Box when you add Spectrum TV. Go to spectrum.com/stream, a Spectrum store, or call 833-976-4999.
Oakmont Senior Community in Verona for active seniors 55 plus is now offering 1 month free rent and 1 year free heated parking with every new 1-bedroom rental. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
The Quaker Oats Company has recalled some granola bars and cereals sold nationwide because they could be contaminated with salmonella. Symptoms of the potentially fatal infection include diarrhea, fever, nausea, and abdominal pain. Quaker Oats says no illnesses have been confirmed so far. Information on the specific products under recall and details for reimbursement can be found at the Quaker Oats website. Julian's Auction House says it has just wrapped its most successful Hollywood memorabilia auction to date, raking in over $7 million for the 4-day auction. The highest selling item was this designer dress worn in 1985 by Princess Diana. which went for more than $1.1 million. The auction also sold items from several films, including E.T., The Big Lebowski, and the Star Wars franchise, with the proceeds from some items going to charity. And it was a scrum-diddly-umptious opening weekend for Wonka. The Willy Wonka origin story, starring actor Timothée Chalamet, topped the domestic box office with an estimated $39 million. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Courtney Keeley.
Let's check Wall Street afternoon hour. The Dow Industrials up 32 points. The NASDAQ up 76. The S&P 500 gaining 26. Up next, Pam has today's egg prices along with Jacob's complete forecast. And then today on Live at 4, movie critic Will Loper has the weekend box office winners and checks out the newest flicks, including the animated Chickens. That's coming up at 4.
You're the people who make junk disappear?
We brought a whole truckload of magic.
1-800-JUNK, I love you.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Menards is celebrating Ryan Blaney's NASCAR Championship with 12% off everything till Christmas. DuraClean is an interior paint and primer in one. It comes in a variety of colors and is washable, scrubbable, and stain resistant. Just $19.97 after 12% off. Finish your renovations with DuraClean Kitchen and Bath Interior Paint. It protects your walls from frequent exposure to moisture. Get a gallon for $30.69 after 12% off.
Merry Christmas and enjoy your 12% off everything.
This time of year, we gather, we celebrate, and we remember the things that matter most. For us, that's you. And you are why we do what we do. Each and every one of you are wonderful, amazing people. So we'll treat you that way on your journey of trusted care, because the way you feel matters. Unity Point Health Meritor, a partner of UW Health. Know how much you matter to this world.
This is a real person seeking a solution to a real problem.
Hi, fine, how are you?
Welcome to the Good Feet store. How can I help?
I have plantar fasciitis. My knees hurt, my hips hurt.
Then she was personally fit with Good Feet arch supports.
I don't feel any pain anywhere.
Good.
Seriously, no pain in my knees, my hips, nothing. This is amazing. I don't want to take them off. It just feels like I'm in heaven. Oh, you're a blessing in disguise.
Try them for yourself with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
You're the people who make junk disappear?
We brought a whole truckload of magic.
1-800-JUNK, I love you.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
What's up? On the Jennifer Hudson Show.
Damn, you see that? I got skills.
Just wait till I bring in basketball legend Shaquille O'Neal. Plus, a 4-year-old basketball prodigy gets a surprise.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3.
Tuesday morning, we're giving you a reason to go out for dinner this week.
The local restaurant getting you in the spirit this holiday season.
And we'll have an update on some wet weather on the way later in the week into the weekend, including Christmas, tomorrow morning between 4:30 and 7.
The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Let's check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report on this Monday. How are you?
I'm well. Welcome back just in time for a little sliver of snow and crazy weather, fresh off of your warmer weather. So couldn't deliver a Packer victory last night despite the weather. So what are we talking about today in agriculture? Well, State Representative Mike Gallagher from up in the Green Bay area, along with a representative from Ohio, have introduced what they call the Healthy Farms, Healthy Watersheds Act of 2023. Really what it's designed to do is continue to magnify the effects and the impacts of some federal programs that farmers have worked with to minimize nutrient runoff. He is particularly targeting the algae bloom that is, in fact, still present in a lot of our waterways in the Great Lakes, also obviously in areas like Ohio, the Erie, Lake Erie, that type of situation. So he says that what they're asking is that the U.S. Department of Agriculture focus specifically on a budget-neutral, innovative approach to kind of figuring out why these harmful algae blooms are still out there and what we need to do to target the root cause of the problem. He says that a lot of the programs that have been in place and implemented by farmers are successful, but we just need to do a better job on targeting exactly what's causing those algae blooms. The Healthy Farms, Healthy Watersheds Act of 2022. Soybeans are the focal point for me today. I want to congratulate some of our Channel 3 viewers that topped the Wisconsin soybean yield contest. In second place, Nick Venable from Rock County with more than 93 bushels the acre on average. Don and Doug Midden from Dane County topped the class, 107.45 bushels to the acre. Way to go, Don and Doug. In Division 4, Jason Weigel from Grant County with 95.64 bushel. Tom Evanston topped the division in Lafayette County, 97.27. And then Dan Camps from Lafayette County, the new contestant award winner. And the Planting Green Award goes to Dennis Roche from Dodge County. They'll be recognized during the upcoming Wisconsin Corn Soy Expo, first week in February in Wisconsin Dells. Barrel cheese today down 4.5 to start our week at $140.5. 40-pound block cheese dropped 6 3/4 cents at $145 1/4. Double A butter though up 5 3/4 cents to $254 3/4 per pound. We're gonna have to keep an eye on what's going on with that cheese market. That's a not so good indicator of what we've got coming in 2024.
Yeah, especially this time of year. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pam. It looks like we will not be having a white Christmas this year. Here's Jacob with the complete forecast.
Yeah, the chances of a white Christmas look to be less and less every day. Temperatures on Christmas especially look to be pretty mild. I'll talk about that in just a moment, but first, here's a look at the 3 things you need to know. We're going to continue to see wind chills in the single digits through tonight, but don't worry, milder weather will return by Wednesday. And over the Christmas weekend, it does look like we are going to see some pretty wet conditions, and for now, it looks like it will mostly be in the form of rain. Now, looking at the current wind chills, some places are seeing wind chills in the single digits, and if not in the single digits, they are in the teens. So very cold weather out there, and it's not going to get better until about the afternoon hours tomorrow. So we're going to continue to see those wind chills in the teens this afternoon through tonight. Even tomorrow morning, we're going to see wind chills in the teens, but then we are going to see them rise into the 20s by early Wednesday, and then by Wednesday afternoon, we are going to see the temperatures back in the 40s with wind chill values in the 30s, so it will feel a lot better by the time we get to Wednesday. Now, speaking of the wind gusts, we are going to see them improve briefly. So they're going to improve throughout the day. Evening wind gusts aren't going to be too bad, up to 20 miles per hour. Tomorrow morning, they're not going to be bad at all, but then we're going to see the winds increase once again during the afternoon and evening tomorrow, as wind gusts will be back up to 35 miles per hour. And this will continue early Tuesday night, but then by Wednesday morning, they are going to improve, and it doesn't look like we're going to see breezy conditions until possibly around Christmas time. So going to be milder, and it's going to be calmer in the wind department. And for the most part, we're going to be dry through Thursday, and then we are going to see a chance of rain on Friday before we have a little bit of a break over the weekend, although some rain is still possible. And then over Christmas, it does look like there is a solid chance of rain. Now, looking at the temperatures, highs this afternoon aren't going to rise all that much. They're going to stay in the middle to lower 20s. And then overnight is going to be a pretty cold one, with lows dropping into the teens for a lot of our area under clear skies. Tomorrow will be a lot better, kind of right around average. We'll have highs in the middle to lower 30s. And then we're going to see temperatures continue to rise, and frankly, they're going to skyrocket compared to average by the time we get to Christmas Eve and Christmas. So here's the normal. Our normal high will be around 30 degrees for Christmas. We could possibly be seeing temperatures near 50. And we also are going to see plenty of rain. So unfortunately, although the temperatures are going to be nice, it's not going to be ideal conditions to spend time outside. But it does look like that system will cool things off for the middle and end of next week. And on the back end of that system, we could possibly see some snow. But as far as accumulations go, you know, at this point, we're not expecting much. And even if it does, it will be after Christmas. So that wouldn't help the white Christmas chances. So plenty of rain over Christmas weekend, a good chance of rain Friday, a little bit of a break Saturday, although some light rain is still possible. And then for Christmas Eve, just a chance of rain before rain becomes likely Christmas and the day after, as temperatures will cool down for Wednesday and Thursday, and we could see some snow on the back end of that system. So a very wet Christmas, but a very mild one at that, as temperatures will be around 20 degrees above average. So I don't know if people are going to enjoy the rain, but I know some people might at least enjoy the nicer temperatures.
Absolutely. Good travel weather, at least until
Yeah, road conditions aren't going to be too bad. That's the good news.
All right, Jacob, thank you. Howard's in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen now with a new twist on an old holiday favorite.
For as long as I can remember, every holiday meal that I've been to always includes sweet potatoes finished off with some kind of gooey topping. This year's no different. However, instead of serving the predictable sweet potato casserole, we came up with individual sweet potato crowns that are finished with a to-die-for butter pecan topping. To make these, we start by cutting a couple of large sweet potatoes into 1.5-inch slices. We leave the skins on since it makes them look even more special. Now, we coat our sweet potatoes with a little oil and salt and place them on a baking sheet before popping them in the oven. While they're baking, we combine some brown sugar, chopped pecans, cinnamon, and a tad of softened butter. Once our sweet potatoes are fork tender, we top each one with a spoonful of our butter pecan topping, and back into the oven they go. We can even prep these early in the day and bake them off right before dinner. Serve these with your usual holiday favorites and watch everyone's face light up. It's a new twist on a longtime favorite that is guaranteed to get everyone excited. To get the recipe for our caramelized sweet potato crowns, simply visit our website. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a twist on a traditional way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Ahead at noon, Lisa Briggs on the Bruce Company is here answering your plant and garden questions. Email those questions right now to tips@channel3000.com.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something in the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes, and as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home. So we applied it to his under eye bags. And let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view. And now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This holiday season is the best time to try Plexiderm at our startup price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
There's no place like home for the holidays, but it isn't quite the same when your house is cold and drafty. We want everyone to have the gift of a warm and comfortable home. So we're bringing back our best offer of the year for the holidays. But you have to call us before December 31st. So give yourself the gift that keeps on giving because you keep saving. Stop freezing and start saving.
USA Insulation.
Oh. Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company.
Sorry.
Trying to do some research quickly.
Sorry.
Welcome to you.
Welcome back.
What have you? Thank you. What have you brought with us today?
It's not a grandma plant. It's a cyclamen. I love cyclamen.
I do too.
They're a much more forgiving holiday plant than, say, poinsettias or Christmas cactus because they can take less light. They don't mind temperature swings. The only thing you don't want them to sit in water because the crown will rot. But other than that, they're pretty forgiving.
So if they come in the foil, wrapped up?
Yeah, yes, if they come in foil, if anything that you're getting as a holiday plant comes in the foil or a basket or something, you want to take it out to water it.
Okay.
And not leave it in there.
All right, let's get to your questions. Katie from Madison asks, we received some Paley mums as a gift about a month ago. and despite our best efforts to care for them, they are dying. The soil seems to be retaining a lot of moisture, but the flowers and the leaves surrounding the flowers are drooping, brown, and crispy. This seems to mostly be affecting the tops of the stems. Part 2 coming up on our next broadcast. The lower ones are okay.
Okay, so I am not familiar with paleomums, and I did look up really quick, but then you guys caught me, so I didn't get to really read anything. So it looks like they're a special kind of mum, maybe not necessarily a chrysanthemum. My first go-to on houseplants is we were talking about flowering plants. You often get them with some kind of treatment on the pot, like foil or a basket or something, and those things retain moisture. So my first go-to thing would say, are you taking it out of that wrap to water it? Because you'll want to do that, let it drain completely before you put it back in there. So that is my first thought.
It sounds like it's drowning.
It does sound like it's wet, because a lot of times too wet looks a lot like too dry. Send some photos to plantdesk@brucecompany.com, and we'll take a look and see if we can find out anything else.
Okay, let's go to Donna. She wants to know, just wondering if you can use regular garden seeds, tomatoes, lettuce, peppers, etc., in a hydroponic garden.
So hydroponics use regular seeds, but you're going to want to, especially if you're new to it, you're going to want to start with things that germinate quickly. So lettuces, basil, that kind of thing, just because the hydroponic system sometimes is a little tricky for seeds that take a long time to germinate. So maybe pepper seeds wouldn't be a good choice for a first timer, but sprouts and all that kind of stuff would be super choices to start out. Radishes, things that germinate quickly.
And this is growing in water.
Basically, it's a water solution. You can always check on the seed packet, and you'll see there'll be a days to germination. So maybe pick something that's a little bit shorter rather than something that's long.
All right, Bob wants to know how to store amaryllis buds long term. It's going to be gone for several months, and don't want him to start them now.
Okay, so amaryllis are pretty stable. You're going to want to put them in a cool, dry, dark place. So the light will start to stimulate them from popping up, because when they come into the garden center, they're ready to go. So I would put them in a place to keep them as dormant as possible until you get back, and then you can start them up again.
So these are ones that probably he had.
Either he had them or somebody gave them to him. It's hard to know.
If you get one now and start it, would there be flowers for, what, 2 months?
It probably takes about 2 or 3 weeks for it to pop, depending on how chilly your house is. Like in my house, it takes a really long time to stuff them in the utility room. But then once they get going, once you start to see that flower bud poke up from that bulb, they go really fast. Like almost you could watch them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, you could almost watch them.
All right, we are out of time. Thank you all for writing in. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too, and Merry Christmas to everybody out there from the Bruce Company. We really appreciate it.
All right, here's Jacob with one final check of the forecast.
Thanks, Mark. We're going to see temperatures warm up after today. They'll be near average for Tuesday, and then they're going to be back in the 40s beginning on Wednesday. Now, winter officially starts on Friday. It's not going to feel like that, as temperatures are going to be in the middle to upper 40s from Friday all the way through the Tuesday after Christmas, and we are going to see plenty of rain. Rain likely Friday, just a chance for Saturday and Sunday, and then rain is likely again for Christmas and Tuesday. Temperatures will cool off on the back end of that system, but that will be after Christmas, so the chances of white Christmas are just about 0 for us, but we could see some snow maybe Wednesday and Thursday of next week.
Rain on Christmas Day.
Yeah, plenty of rain, although temperatures are going to be very mild.
All right. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have yourselves a great afternoon.